Hello everyone, and welcome to Hylian Gamescast episode 69. I'm Chublima, and this comes from Nintendo Enthusiast. This one is about Nintendo president interviewed with Japanese financial newspaper about his approach to leading Nintendo. The most surprising insight, according to a translation provided by Nintendo Everything, is that Nintendo could someday stop producing consoles. Gasp. It has been over 30 years since we started developing consoles. Nintendo's history goes back even farther than that, and though all the struggles that they faced, through all the struggles they faced, the only thing that they thought about was what to make next. In the long term, perhaps our focus is just a business, or as a business, could just shift away from home consoles. Flexibility is just as important as ingenuity. Wow. Furukawa is completely correct, and the reality is that home consoles likely will disappear someday. But it is still surprising to hear the Nintendo president say that out loud. Nintendo has been known to be extremely stubborn in some very specific ways in the past, such as when it insisted its IP would never appear on mobile devices. It's admirable and refreshing that Furukawa, I'm just saying his last name because it's just easier, can be so straightforward about the importance of changing with the times. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
So I think like that idea would have came about when like the Wii U was a big flunk and everyone was reporting like, oh, Nintendo's gonna be going third party, or what if instead of going third party, a really interesting idea that someone mentioned was that what if instead of like how Sega went third party and just made games for everyone, what if Nintendo chose PlayStation or Xbox and partnered with them? So that way it would benefit PlayStation. Like say if they go for PlayStation, it would benefit PlayStation because then they have Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Metroid, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario Party, all of these amazing games that are only available on their console. And then if you're going into a store, like a GameStop, Walmart, whatever, EB Games, to buy a new console, and you see that you can play like Uncharted or Metroid, Mario, The Last of Us, God of War, all of these different PlayStation and Nintendo exclusives on the same console. And then you look at Xbox, and you just have like Halo and Gears of War and stuff. Like, most people, unless they are die-hard Microsoft fans, would pick PlayStation. And or if they partnered with Microsoft, then you would get really awesome games on the Microsoft console. So I don't know, like it's weird to think about, but I think they would likely do something like that, to where instead of going full third party, they would partner with PlayStation, most likely because they're also in Japan, and then they almost had the partnership a long time ago. But lately, Microsoft and Nintendo has been partnered as well. I always bring up that there is a Microsoft-themed Nintendo console with the Minecraft 3DS. So that's really odd as well, like a Nintendo console themed after a Xbox game. So who knows what they could do? Like I think it would be easier for them to partner with PlayStation, but they seem to be more friendly with Xbox, especially since they, like, a while ago they were joking around with each other on Twitter. And then the cell phone games and stuff that they brought up, that was another thing, is like they said that they had no interest in mobile games and movies and stuff, and now they're like halfway done with the new Mario movie. There are rumors of the Zelda TV series. There's all of the mobile games that they're working on. So who knows? Maybe they do like do something like Sega, to where they're just like, okay, we're not doing consoles. We're just gonna put our games on everything that we can and make as much money as we can. So, I don't know. But I'm ranting, so I'm just gonna let you guys talk.
Oh. Sorry.
The only thing, I don't have too many thoughts on this because it's a little bit out of my, I don't want to say out of my territory, but I don't know. I don't see them ever going third party, full third party, and I don't see them ever actually partnering with anyone either, except for like specific games, like Smash and things like that. I just personally don't see it, and I kind of would hope that they never do. Maybe that sounds weird, but I don't want them to. I don't know why. Maybe that's just because I'm only interested in Nintendo. I mean, I've always wanted to play Kingdom Hearts, but I have no interest in ever buying a PlayStation ever. But because there's no other games I'd want. But I don't know. And the whole thing about them going only, like, getting off of the home console with the success of the Switch, I don't see that happening either. But this is an area that I'm not too well versed in. So this is a very uneducated opinion, if that makes sense. Yeah.
This could have literally just been a statement to make the investors happy. And that's it. Like, nothing behind it. Similar to when, Alan was like, no, we're not working on Majora's Mask 3D. And then they were. They worked on it for like 4 years, which is weird. Like, the remake took 4 years, but the actual game only took 1 year. What's going on there? Anyways.
Interesting.
Choops, what are your...
I have a thought.
Oh, Daniel, hi.
So Choops go?
Well, she read it, but she didn't give her thoughts.
You said words, I thought. I don't know. I'm zoning out a little bit, but my brain is going wild here. But you go ahead.
Okay. I was just thinking, like, first off, like, if they decided to stop doing home consoles, what would they do next? Like, where would they go from there? Would they just go portable?
Virtual Boy 2.
Yikes, my dude. The other thing that I think about is that Nintendo puts such a strong focus on the fact that the Nintendo Switch is not a
cheeseburger.
Oh, it's not a handheld console. It's a portable console.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So, like, they put, like, a lot of stress on that, and for them to be like, hey, like, this means a lot to us, like, it's not a handheld console.
Is that what they tell you in your Nintendo training?
Yes. But yeah, so, like, just hearing that makes me kind of wonder, like, why would they decide to switch over to doing handheld if they're so adamant on their home console right now? And also, just, like, as I've noticed throughout ever, is that the 3DS has basically died, and whenever we hear anything about it, it's, like, totally out of the blue. It's like, WarioWare. Okay, where'd that come from?
Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion as well. That was random.
Yeah.
Well, Luigi's Mansion wasn't too out there just because, like, they had just announced Luigi's Mansion 3. So it makes sense to put Luigi's Mansion on the DS so that way people that haven't played it can play it before they can play all of them on DS before they decide to bust out on the Switch and get it.
What other games? Grezzo had Ever Oasis, but that was a long time ago. Then they worked on Luigi. And then... Didn't they have there's like a Mario game that came out. I think it was like a remake of a Game Boy Advance thing. Like Mario... Bowser's Inside Story.
Bowser's Inside Story?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I'm pretty sure that was the one. Yeah.
I'll see. New 3DS games. But, so the way he worded that is, like, they could get out of home console? Right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
So that still leaves, like, portable console. Because, like, the president that was there that, like, took over after Iwata passed away, he said that they were working on a successor to the 3DS that still experimented with dual screens. That was not the Switch. Like, it was a brand new successor to the 3DS or whatever. So if that is an actual thing and not just an experiment, then I wonder if like if you took what he said literally to where like they're going to get out of home console, then if they just focus on handheld consoles like Switch or the 3DS, to where like for now on all of their consoles are just portable, but it's just like a more powerful version, like a Switch 2 or 3, whatever. Super Switch. That's what they did with the. They used to do that. Like they would give like weird things. Like there's the Nintendo, and then there's the Super Nintendo. There's the Game Boy. There's the Game Boy Advance, and then there's the Nintendo 64 was originally the Ultra 64. So like they kept on doing that, giving it like weird things. I guess that was just a 90s thing. I don't know. Like the GameCube could have been like the Radical Cube or something. I don't know. Yeah. Daniel, did you go?
No, but my brain. Okay, so first of all, obviously I love Nintendo's home consoles, and if they stop making them, I will be a cry. But now the wording in here I think is pretty important. He says, in the long term, perhaps our focus as a business could shift away from home consoles. And I think this is important just because there is the possibility that home consoles won't be around forever. And we're not necessarily talking about the next console generation is going to be non-existent. We could be looking at 10, 20, 50 years in the future. Who knows where technology will be, what entertainment will be like. Because the shift in the business, in Nintendo's business, has changed a lot. And they try new things a lot. 3D, handheld, consoles you can take and put in your pocket if you really want. You know, like they expand their market quite a lot. So something like this could mean as simple as just moving everything to a portable console, like in the same style as the Switch, only they kind of drop the branding of this is a home console that's portable to just fully going portable. We could just be looking at stream boxes. That you got your controller and a box that streams games to your little stream box, and that's it. And that's the future of gaming. Who knows? Or it could just be that the market crashes and Nintendo will have to adapt to survive as a company, because they didn't start out as a video game company, but they moved with the market.
They had love hotels.
So they hotels. They had playing cards. They owned a baseball team. They've done all sorts of weird things. So who knows what the future holds? And Nintendo, I think, has been able to survive as a company for so long and endure because they adapt and they change. And I think that's just more him saying, frankly, we don't know what the future is like, and we've got to keep an open mind about it. And everyone's kind of freaking out, being like, the Switch is the last console ever. We're gonna die. I don't think I don't think we're looking at anything short term, because he says very blatant, like verbatim in the article, in the long term, this could be a possibility. Yeah. So I'm not worried. I will be sad to see home consoles go, because obviously I like them a lot, but
that's what we all grew up with.
Exactly. But no, that's just the way it'd be. Things we love, and everything comes to an end eventually, I guess. I'm getting all so
yeah. You're talking.
That was really funny. You said I'm getting all, and then microphone, nothing came out. Your lips moved, but I think your microphone cut out.
Somber, but yeah, I think it did cut out.
So the streaming thing, Capcom is already doing that in Japan, which Japan has a lot better internet than we do, so they can stream like HD games to their Switch very easily. So like if that is successful, then like PlayStation has remote play, to where like you can use your cell phone, a PlayStation.
Super chat.
Oh, do it.
By the way.
Man,
Oh,
do you guys go ahead and
read
it? Daniel, $4.99. Daniel equals Ravalli. Ilya equals who is Urbosa? Jesse equals Daruk. Fight me.
Actually,
yes.
This
is very accurate, I think.
If you join us on Smash Brothers sometime, there is a chance that you could actually fight Ravalli. So your statement is kind of true, because we did the stream last week or the week before where Sean Chiplock, the voice of Ravalli and the Great Deku Tree and Trunks and Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, and oh yeah, also found out that the Mifa voice actress, actually I heard that like actresses preferred to just be called actors instead of actors.
It's simpler. I mean, I don't mind if someone says actress because it is technically the proper way to identify a female actor, but it really does not matter.
All right. But yeah,
they're the same thing.
I found out that she also plays a key role in the ending of the season for Dragon Ball Super, so that was really cool. Because I'm still talking to her about scheduling a thing. Anyways, but
it's confirmed if we go to E3, we have to dress up as these people.
Yeah,
it's creatures.
It's funny though, like this. I see the accuracy of it, of this statement, man, boy, cave. But at the same time, I'm like, I have to come to grips and admit to myself that I'm the Ravalli of our group.
It means you work hard.
Oh no. I try and be a little bit more humble, but then sometimes oftentimes I catch myself very much not being, so I guess it's probably pretty true.
Okay, so in Zelda Encyclopedia, Creating a Champion, there's so many different books. In the white book, there is there's like the red, blue, green, white. Okay, so in the white book for Breath of the Wild, they have the Kokiri Champion. So like, who would the Kokiri Champion have been if that was a thing? Answer that in the chat. So if they would have gone forward with the Kokiri Champion in Breath of the Wild.
My last video was about that.
I guess, like, who in the game would it have been, or do you mean who among us would have been the Kokiri Champion?
Who among us would have been the Kokiri instead of?
Oh,
yeah, because they replaced the Kokiri Champion with
it would be
Ravalli. Yeah. But yeah, let us know in the chat.
Which means Daniel would have to be Mifa.
I want to be Sidon.
Oh,
you
not,
want everyone to love you? Is that it?
I do. I want, but Sidon. Okay, just other than all of the weird, manfish things aside, he's a great and very supportive friend.
I love him.
He's
like
he
the
annoys me.
He supports you and he believes in you. That's who I want to be.
Yeah.
So
He's that friend that after a while I'm like, thanks. I don't need any more support.
oh wow.
Too excitable for me.
That like your whole body shakes, but
However, I would love to be the older sister of young Sidon because that's freaking adorable.
Yeah.
Baby Sidon's too cute.
Best super chat. I don't remember what we were talking about before that super chat happened.
And yes, people are saying I would be the Kokiri Champion.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much for your super chat. Of course.
Yes, that was hilarious.
If anyone has any questions or anything, you can super chat and we'll just stop what we're doing and completely forget about the topic. No, but we were talking about streaming. Like, PlayStation originally had the PlayStation Vita. That was the way that you would be able to stream your PlayStation 4 games through remote play. And then they had some of their phones where you could do it, like their Sony branded smartphones. And then they changed that to the Sony Bravia TVs, where you could stream and play like PlayStation games and stream them and stuff just from the TV itself. And then you could do it on laptop or a computer and everything. And then Xbox does the same thing, where you can stream on computer and whatever, as long as you had like Windows 10 and your Xbox. And Nintendo's really the only one that's not really doing it, but then they sort of are doing it, or at least they're allowing third parties to do it, like Capcom with the Resident Evil 7. where it streams an almost PlayStation 4 version of the game that wouldn't even be able to run on the Switch. Or if it did run on the Switch, it would be at like 10 frames per second instead of 30 or 60. So that's really cool, and I think there are other games that they're planning on doing like that. I think Square Enix mentioned that they were thinking about doing that with the Switch, unless they already have. I can't really remember. That might be how they end up putting the final version of Final Fantasy 15, because they said a long time ago they were trying to bring Final Fantasy 15 to the Switch. That hasn't happened yet. They had like that mobile version, but that's not really it. But maybe that's how they bring it to the Switch, is through that streaming thing. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, I guess Zelda mailbag now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Halo Justin pointed out I voiced a Kokiri.
You did voice.
It's very true. As much as I feel like I don't do justice to Urbosa, I am nothing like Mifa, and I am nothing small child.
I think you'd be a good Urbosa.
Yeah, I could see you.
You would be protective.
I was gonna say I see you with like a mean streak, to where like because like she seems like she's nice, but then she's like really strong and strict and mean and stuff. And
she's nice and understanding, but she stands up for
She gives me
people.
like the Izumi vibes from FMA. That's who she reminds me of. She's like that strong housewife that it will be the good of you.
You're a strong housewife?
I mean, I live in a house. I'm married to myself.
Did you know in Japan, who's that one singer that like does the Vocaloid stuff, whatever? Do you know, like it's the weird anime thing? The anime character, whatever, CG character that does the singing and stuff?
Yeah.
In Japan, maybe other countries, they legally allow people to marry her. So like the company will send out like a weird, I think it's like a hologram thing that like you put on your desk, and it's her. And there are people that have actually married the thing, like legally in Japan, but it costs like $15,000 or something like that you have to pay the company. But there's like hundreds of people that are married legally to this little robot hologram thing.
I think these people are misunderstanding what marriage is.
Yeah, well, Google it. It's weird.
I'm good.
I'm only paying the money if I can bring her home and put her on my side table.
Trophy wife.
Yeah. Daniel, Choops, Ilya, any of you want to do the mailbag intro?
Oh no! There's a sneeze coming and it's gone!
Oh no.
I hate that feeling.
At some point.
It's almost as bad as whenever I try starting the podcast and I have to run. Or no, it's worse than that actually, because sneeze, yeah.
Oh.
Whenever that happens and it doesn't go away, I like try to do weird stuff to like tingle my nose to sneeze.
Tingle, you say?
Yeah.
Kula Limpa.
I'm not doing the intro.
Oh, fine. All right, I'll do it. Okay.
Yay.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Ilya Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.